Hello, welcome back to Tarot Time with Andy. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your research. This is for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. So hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Dog the Bounty Hunter is getting in on the hunt. Yay! Dog the Bounty Hunter. So anyways, I did pull some private cards on him, and I did get that Brian Laundrie is feeling rather trapped. He's unable to move around freely for whatever reason. He's having issues with traveling. And they are using special high-tech equipment that is basically, he can't even bury himself in the mud. He can't cover himself with leaves. He can't do anything without them being able to identify him. That's what Dog the Bounty Hunter was saying. They've got this military equipment in essence. Dog doesn't have this equipment, but he's got all the skills and the years behind him. He's going to go into the Appalachian Mountains. He is newly married, and he did go knock on the door at the Laundries. They did not answer. He does tend to, the energy that I got on him privately was that he is a King of Cups with the Knight of Swords. So he's sort of that going to battle guy. But he likes to do it with a little bit of his heart on his sleeve in a way. You know, do it, giving them, I'm telling you, I'm giving you a second chance by capturing you. And so that's what I got privately. So Laundrie, though, he knows he's trapped. He knows he's in a bad situation. He's not doing so good. So I want to find out, how is Dog going to do? How will Dog do? Will Dog be able to successfully capture alive? He wants to capture him alive. Will he be able to capture Brian Laundrie alive? Will Dog the Bounty Hunter be able to capture Brian Laundrie alive? No. Did Brian Laundrie already take himself out? Did Brian Laundrie decide to take himself out? Did Brian Laundrie decide to take himself out? Yes. Yes. Did he do it within the last 24 hours? Yes. Okay. Will the police departments find him? Will it be the law enforcement that finds him? Will it be the law enforcement that finds his body? Yes. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be the law enforcement. Will it be the high-tech equipment that locates him? Will it be the high-tech equipment that locates him? Yes. Yes. Well, he'll give it his good efforts. He doesn't have that equipment, so it's looking like he already took himself out. He was at the end of his rope, being trapped. So he couldn't face it, so he did. They will. If they don't, he didn't want to go to prison. He doesn't want to go to prison. He knows he's guilty, and I got that also. He knows that he couldn't expand further, go further, and he had no foresight, and he was getting physically weak and emotional, and, you know, about his own condition, not for her, but for himself. So let's pull some cards on Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie. Let's get some cards on Brian Laundrie. You can use this deck too. Let's get some cards on Brian Laundrie. Let's get some cards on Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie. Give me some cards on Brian Laundrie. Spirit guides and angels. Brian Laundrie. Give me some cards on Brian Laundrie's condition. Brian Laundrie's condition right now. His condition. There it is. It flipped. Okay, we have here the Queen of Spades. So he's feeling very, well, ruthless. He knows that he was cold, unkind, and ruthless. A snake energy. Snake energy. He knows he's cold, unkind, snake. There we go. Straight razor. Yeah, he took himself out. He cut out. And then we have here, because he was roadblocked, he had a lot of hostility, tension, and his ego was being affected. That's what that is saying. And he just knows that he's not a kind individual. He's very snake energy, and people are going to see right through it. And so straight razor is literally taking yourself out. Cutting out, cutting out. So he took the coward route. So it's not looking like they're going to capture him alive. That's how I see it. I'm going to calculate that. Comes to 18. 18 comes a 5 of diamonds, Jacob's ladder. It was a climbing situation. He was trying to decide. So it was a total climbing situation for him. And he made the decision, and he took himself out. So let's get some more cards. And that one popped out. Yeah, Star in reverse. He doesn't want the attention. He doesn't want this total focus on what he's done. The Star in reverse. And, upright, there's hope. There's spiritual renewal. There's healing. He knows that there's no healing in this situation. And it's also a card of arrogance in reverse. He has no spiritual beliefs. So he just didn't want, he didn't want the negative attention. And there's no healing. Absolutely no healing. He just knew that his life was screwed. Literally screwed for the rest of his life. So let's clarify the straight razor. Let's clarify the straight razor. Though that flipped. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, he lost energy. He lost enthusiasm. He couldn't go any further. He was trapped. He's running out of supplies. He probably didn't like the idea of eating bugs in order to survive, running out of stuff. And so with the Knight of Wands in reverse, there's that lack of stability. So he was losing stability quickly. And it's a soldier card. He kind of lost his steam. Upright, he's full of energy. Full of energy. Here, he just lost steam. He just lost steam. It was just probably too much being on foot. Probably all the fear and paranoia and all kinds of emotions kicking in. And yeah, unhappy, not cheerful, miserable, low vibe. And chaotic and impulsive. He did it very impulsively. He killed himself impulsively because it's in the impulsive position. And that's typically what happens with these types of people. They don't do it out of sadness. They do it out of anger. They do it because they're fatigued. They do it out of frustration. Your dark clustered individuals, when you see them cry, it is not out of sadness. It is out of frustration. So he was severely frustrated, and he did it impulsively. Out of anger, probably, that he couldn't succeed. Feeling like he could never succeed. He could never get what he wanted. He would never have hope again. The hope was all lost. Hope was all lost. Just gone. Gone. Let's clarify the Five of Swords, Five of Swords, Five of Swords. This roadblock card. Clarify this roadblock card. Yeah, and this is, the selfish card and defeat right here. This roadblock. He knows he was at total defeat, and he knows he was selfish. Okay, clarify this Five of Swords. There we go. And the 6 underneath that. Yeah, the 6 of Swords. So with the 6 of Swords, it's a rite of passage. Rite of passage. So he felt it was his rite of passage to take himself out. He could do it. It's his right to do so, to get out of stormy waters. So this is getting out of stormy waters. He couldn't handle his own emotions over what he did. He was starting to get clarity over his behavior and what he did and how low vibe he is. Lack of friendships, he's sort of in the dark cluster personality. No friendships. He's impulsive. He's a control freak. He couldn't have control over her. Now he lost control over himself. Total loss of control, and that total loss of control got him to do it impulsively. They have poor impulse control, even on themselves. They will implode on themselves, and so it's looking like he imploded on himself. I do know a girl that I used to work with. Her dad was a sociopath, and he hung himself because the authorities were after him. And he robbed and stole a couple $1 million, and everything was coming down on him. What did he do? He hung himself. So they will do it, but they don't do it out of sadness, you guys. They do it out of frustration because they're not winning. They're not winning. He's not winning. He's not winning here. This is a battle card, just do it. He is not winning. He knew he was losing, and he was going to completely lose the battle. So he took himself out of the battle. He solved the problem. Let's get these, the star in reverse. Star in reverse. Let's clarify the star in reverse. Star in reverse. Star in reverse. Clarify the star in reverse. There we go. Yeah, he was at a rock bottom. Felt stabbed in the back by probably knowing everyone. He felt, you know, it's that ego. His ego is affected because everyone's talking about him in a very negative light. And that caused this rock bottom. He put him in a very dark place. Very dark emotional place because there's water, but he's crying for himself. It's pitying himself, not what he did. Trust me, they don't feel what they did for other people necessarily, but it got him in a very pitch black place with emotions. Let's now clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Please clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse. Whoa, I got it. And we got the Devil energy. Yeah, the Devil energy. Yep. And we know what the Devil is. Willing to do anything. Absolutely willing to do anything. So the Devil got the side. He had a dark passenger. I'm just going to say it. It's like he's Dexter. You know, if you saw his artwork in his bedroom, very dark and twisted art. And they also have very dark, twisted sense of humor with the dark cluster. I've said this before, is what they find funny or amusing, a neurotypical would not find amusing. And so, yeah, he did it out of, the Devil was sitting on his shoulder just saying, do it. Just do it. Take yourself out. So that dark passenger convinced him, convinced him to take himself out. You know, he has that darkness that he was always fighting against. And that's why he wanted to hike and leave her, because she was yelling at him and he didn't want to be with her. He needed to cool off. He needed to cool off from her, from a fight, and he wanted that alone time to fight off this dark passenger sitting inside him. And he wasn't able to fight it off because he couldn't get that break to kind of balance out his energy to ward off this devil sitting on his shoulder. And so I think that's why, since he couldn't get that devil off his shoulder and she insisted on being with him, she didn't like being alone. He needed to cool off to get rid of that devil energy, and he wasn't able to do it effectively. It's not her fault he couldn't do it. It's not her fault he had that devil, but he had a devil living inside of him. He literally had a dark passenger. Let's get the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. There you go. And we have here, yeah, and this would be from now, he's no longer feeling tormented. No longer going to feel tormented. Getting out of stormy waters, no longer feeling tormented. His ego is affected, totally running out of steam. That devil sitting on his shoulder, felt stabbed in the back. He did do the stabbing in the back, just out of total rock bottom. He knew everything was at an end for him. This is over. Everything's over. A 9's nearly over too. But with a 10, there's usually, after 10s, there's a 1, so you end up healing. But here, he knew there was no healing for him. This devil here just was relentless on him. Just relentless on him. And really was affecting his mind and his enthusiasm to keep going. Probably the devil was talking to him while he was out and about. You know, just take yourself out, Brian. So he was probably having these, with a distorted mind like that, they get very paranoid. They do check out, and they do get psychotic. It's looking like he could have been getting psychotic. And I'm going to ask, was he getting psychotic? Was Brian Laundrie getting psychotic? Was Brian Laundrie getting psychotic while he was out there? Was he becoming psychotic? Was he becoming psychotic? Was he becoming psychotic? Yes, he was becoming psychotic. Yeah, the psychosis is another thing that they suffer from. And so the devil was really convincing him. So I don't think they're going to get him alive. Let's get this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, clarify this Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, which is too bad that justice isn't going to be served here. Let's see. Yeah, the liar card. He knows his lies are not going to be believed. He's just a liar. Yeah. So that's how I see it. Yeah, I think they're just going to find him dead now. I think he decided to make it easy on himself. He knows he can't live with himself, with what he did, and he doesn't want this attention. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want this whole focus on him. He doesn't want that because it would be infamy, really. And he knows there's no healing, no renewal whatsoever for anybody. And he hurt a lot of people. And his ego is really affected. It really makes him look bad. God forbid. He had to feel perfect. You know, he had more of that. Watching videos of him, one clip I saw of him, he really kind of came off as a very timid, actually, around her. She was more charismatic, and he came off as sort of the kind of like something on the side there. And he really just didn't have, yeah, he just didn't really have it. And he was such jealousy over what she was trying to attain, and he's just a liar. So yeah, that's sad. But yeah, I think that's what it is. Thinking he's going to be found dead now, and he did do it. So we'll see. We will see if they find him alive, but it's looking like that is not going to be the case. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye.